What is up, YouTube? Adric Hyatt, and I'm back with episode 2. I'm super excited to put this episode out because it's actually the first episode that we're gonna have some poker play in it. I'm sitting on the rooftop of our home game here in town. It's gonna be a 1-2 with a $5 optional button straddle, and the buy-in is uncapped. Usually it starts off, everyone buys in for 2 to 3, so that's probably what I'll do, and then hopefully I don't have to rebuy again. Sometimes later in the evening, the uncapped part of the game definitely comes into play because you have players come in late while the game is deep and they're buying for like 500 to 1,000. Makes the game really, really juicy. So that game should start around 7 o'clock here in a little bit. And yeah, after tonight, I'm gonna get a little bit of sleep. Tomorrow, I'm actually planning on making the trip down to St. Louis because the Heartland Poker Tour is actually down there. So I'm probably gonna make the drive, go play some 1-3 or 2-5, depending on how I feel, what's running. I'm sure the games are juicy. And then the good thing about that is right after the Heartland Poker Tour leaves St. Louis, it's actually going up to Chicago, which is just the same distance, really. I live halfway between both towns, or both cities. So I might play in a few re-entry tournaments there. Mostly just go up there and play some 2-5 because the cash games are always juicy up in Chicago. We'll see how tonight goes. Hopefully let's book a win. Alright, so we're here. It's a little later actually. The tournament players are starting to show up. Cash game is yet to start. It's roughly like 6:45 right now. So like I said, the game shouldn't be starting until about 7:30. The tournament's looking good. 2 full tables, $100 a piece. But yeah, I'm just here, hanging out here. My buddy Matt's right here. Biggest Michigan fan ever. Go Blue. Go Blue. There it is right there. You heard it there.
You're my boy, Blue!
Alright, so game should be starting in a little bit. Let's go and see what it's looking like, guys. Very first hand of the vlog, we have Queen of Hearts, Jack of Clubs. I raised pre-flop to $8. The cutoff and big blind both throw in the call. The flop comes King of Hearts, 7 of Hearts, 10 of Diamonds. Gives us an open-ended straight draw. Also connects with our pre-flop raising range. Big blind checks to me. We c-bet $15 and take it down. This hand, I have 2 red 9s. Middle position limps, I raised to $11. Small blind in middle position, call. The flop comes 7 of Hearts, Queen of Hearts, 5 of Diamonds. The small blind checks. Middle position leads out for 15. I call. Definitely not going away with 1 over. Still the best hand a lot of the times here. Usually when players donk bet, I usually just take it as a check. Honestly, that's the best way you should take it as well. Anyways, the turn is a Jack of Hearts. Middle position slows down. I decide to check as well. Puts 3 hearts on board, but it also gives me a 9 high flush draw. The river is a 5 of Hearts. Pairs the 5s, but puts 4 hearts out there, giving me the 9 high flush. He leads out for 25. So I think about it for a little bit. He's kind of an active player, so I decide to throw in the call. He shows the 8 of Hearts, and we're good. In this hand, I think I kind of butchered a little bit, but I was trying to get a little creative. So under the gun +1 opens to $7. He actually had 1,000 in his stack, so I could tell he was looking to get a little froggy. Middle position bets to three bets to 26. He's got roughly 150 behind. I look down at Ace of Spades and Ace of Diamonds. Decide to flat call here. I kind of wanted to give the original raiser a chance to 4-bet. I don't really know what I was doing, honestly. The guy who middle position who 3-bet is never laying down his hand, I don't think. I should have just ripped it in, but oh well. I was trying to get a little creative. Anyways, the original raiser folds. The flop comes really good for us. It's 8 of Diamonds, 5 of Clubs, 4 of Clubs. So I just check over to him. He decides not to put in the c-bet. The turn is a 9 of Hearts. I check to him again. Hopefully, maybe he puts in he tries to take it. No, he ends up checking back. The river is a deuce of spades, so puts 4 to a straight, but I don't think he's got a 3 in his hand. I bet $30. He snap calls. I show the set of aces, and they're good. YouTube, we're back, and it's actually the next morning after the session we played last night. So the game started around 7:30, and then it ended actually at midnight. A few of the players ended up getting up and leaving, so it left us short-handed. We just ended up quitting. We ended up buying it for $200, cashed out with $565, giving us a profit of $365. So we'll take it, especially as the first session of the vlog. Got some hands to go over with you here, but first, just kind of want to fill you in on what we're doing today. Last night I told you we were planning on going to St. Louis or Chicago to play some 2-5. Well, I looked on Bravo and not a whole lot was going on, and so instead of taking the aggressive line, I decided to take the passive line and go to our neighboring casino in East Peoria. That's the Paradise Hotel and Casino. They only have 4 poker tables in the entire casino, and but the Wednesday day game just so happens to be pretty decent. There's a few rich farmers that play it. They'll play it from like 9 o'clock all the way up till like 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock in the evening. Currently it's 11:19, so we're running a little behind today, but that's okay. I was super tired last night. That's why I didn't even get a chance to get any footage of after the session. But we're gonna go to this game, try to get a seat, try to make a little bit of money, and then later tonight there's actually a really juicy $1, $2, $5 button straddle that's uncapped right down the road from where I live, and it's actually a really good game. So we're probably gonna go check that out later. We'll see what we do. Hey, how's it going, Anthony? This is Adric. Can I put my name on the list, please? So we just got to the casino. It's actually like 1 o'clock now. I decided to make a couple stops, and now I'm here. So let's go get a seat. We're gonna start off with 300. We'll see if we can run it up. So I'm actually sitting on the deck of the boat right now. I just got my name called, so I'm gonna buy in for 300 here. See where it can run me. The usual suspects aren't here, but it should be good. I bought him for 300, lost a couple hands, topped up $50 more, so I'm in the game total for 350. A doctor just sat down. He's a whale. He'll play almost any hand. He's never folding proof one. If he limps, he'll limp almost every hand. And if he limps a hand, that means he is never folding. He's always thinking flop. So I'm 2 seats to the left of him, so time to abuse that position and make that money. So the unfortunate thing about Illinois casinos is you're actually not allowed to have phones and you're not allowed to film. So I have some hand history here, a few of the hands that were played. Currently up $375, in for 400. I bled like 400 back. I got cooler kind of bad in one hand where I got set over setted and then boat over butted on the river, but we'll go over it. So on one hand I have ace of spades, queen of hearts in the small blind. I raise to 15, get 6 callers. The flop is ace of clubs, 4 of hearts, 3 of hearts. I check under the gun, bet 60, cut off calls, I call. Turn is a 7, I lead for number 90. Under the gun folds, the cutoff goes all in for 90. And he ends up breaking his flush and straight draw. So he ends up turning a double gutter with a flush draw. I end up hitting trips in the river. Another hand, right after that actually, so I'm sitting at like 550. That the whale sits down and he wins a big hand. Right after that, there's 5 limpers. The whale makes it 12 out of the small blind. I have 10-9 of spades in the big blind. I could flat call here, but then I won't play the hand in position. I decided to 3-bet the wheel to 35 so I can play it in position. Everyone else folds. He calls for heads up to a flop. Flop is really, really good for us, actually. The flop is queen of spades, jack of spades, 8 of hearts. So I have 10, 9 of spades. I flop the nuts with the flush draw. He ends up leading for 45. I raise to 175. He tank jams for 550 all day. I snap call. We take down an $1,100 pot. Anyways, like I said, I've been here for about 2 hours, so let's get back in there. Alright, so we're just finishing up that session here at the boat. About 6 o'clock right now. Gonna head home, get a little bite to eat, take my dogs for a walk, then go to this really deep 1-2-5 home game that we have running right down the road from me. God, this weather is the nut low. Seriously, if you don't live in Illinois, you don't even know. It's ridiculous here. It's April and it's like 20 degrees. It sucks. So I just called my buddy up who's actually dealing the home game, 8 o'clock. The people who usually start the game don't end up leaving the game until a little later. It's one of those games that there's only one table. People play to stay. So we're gonna see. My buddy keeps me updated. I only live like 4 blocks down the road, so it's really quick hop, skip, and a jump to get to the game. We're just gonna go home, relax, get a bite to eat. Let's see where we go. Let's try to book a win tonight. So that home game actually was pretty uneventful. We got a seat around 9 o'clock. Game, for some reason, ended around midnight, which is really unusual for that game. Just a few of the big players left, kind of killed the action. We ended up down $260. There's not a whole lot to talk about in that session. Did a lot of foldings. Just really wasn't that fun. Anyways, we're home now. It's the next day. It's really nice out. Just relaxing, enjoying the sun. If you like the videos, like, comment, subscribe. Thank you very much for watching. That's the end of the episode. More to come later.